injured here. 3v3 faction war, Capital Spire Redux, Chaos versus Space Marines. Blue team, we have Eerie playing a Plague Champion, starts off range, can get melee weapons, good utility and damage, can repair and put up turrets, but he's not the quickest. Sneakus Peekus alongside as a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive commander, fights melee, good offense and disruption, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. For nothing rounds out blue team as a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and destructive commander, fights melee, has a bunch of spells. Red team, Lupercal kicks us off with a Force commander, offensive melee, quite versatile, can tank, disrupt and even support a little. LeaderofDoom is a Techmarine in combat here with heretics, fights range, puts out some nice damage, can also repair and put up some structures, has tactical marine support but is forced off. Rounding out red team, Mr. Landshark is an Apothecary, Imperial fists it looked like, support commander, fights melee, has a targeted heal and a passive health regeneration aura. If you're wondering what the heck this map is, it's an edited version of Capital Spire, which is not in the ranked rotation, but Reddit did add it for custom play, and in general seems a whole lot better than Capital Spire, mainly because you have much larger openings here. It's kind of a ruined version of Capital Spire, so you don't get all the pathing issues that Capital Spire has, and you can much more easily flank things like turrets and stuff. 463, 500 early lead for Space Marines. Very aggressive start from For Nothing. Here comes LeaderofDoom to help in the south. This is the south VP. Also have a central one and a north VP. In the north there is a whole ton of resource points, 2 power and 3 rec. So this is probably going to see a large amount of fighting between 4 armies, probably. Double Chaos Space Marines for Eerie, heavy ranged infantry, a bit more offensive and specialised than the Loyalist Tactical Marines in retreat here, who are a bit more durable and versatile. Going into tier 2 onwards is where you really start to see the differences. 445, 500, we have a southern power on the edge of the map. Shotgun scouts for Mr. Landshark. He's gone for double scouts, as has Lupercal. It's such a small map though, you don't really need scouts for map control, so I assume we're going to see some snipers. Pretty much just constant running engagements on this map. Apothecary getting into melee, we have some Zinch worship. All of this stuff was infiltrated, now it's not. Tactical Marines coming in with a flamer. Shotgun scouts with explosive shot. Pretty nicely done by Mr. Landshark. Forces off the heretics and the CSM. Chaos Sorcerer still running around though. Did not see a Doom Bolts go off there at all. There's a special attack which misses, but he gets some help from Sneakus Peekus, who has some Havocs. For Nothing also has some Havocs. Setup team that suppressed with a heavy bolter can change that weapon in tier 2. North is turning red thanks to the Force commander. And we do see double sniper scouts from Lupercal. Going to be very annoying to deal with, especially the Havocs. LeaderofDoom with double tactical marines. Here comes some heretics. In their default state though, pretty fragile and are forced off. Doom bolts going in. Nicely done, forcing off that tac blob. Here comes Mr. Landshark though, trying to push against this Havoc. What is he doing? He's going to lose these scouts if he's not careful. And does lose the scouts. He's going to heal these tactical marines most likely. Yes. This still is not going to work though. Needs some assault marines to face these guys head on, and is forced to retreat. And needs to retreat these other scouts as well. Force commander just about gets away, I think. Yes, got a bit too close. Eerie has Eternal War on both of his CSM already. Makes him even more dangerous in tier 1. But he's running right into trouble. What was he doing? He had Nurgle Worship backing him up and ran out of it into an entire army almost. He didn't know it was there, of course. Chaos dominating the center of the map early on. Havoc suppressing this entire blob. Leader of Doom jumps in as a submarines and retreats the rest of his stuff. He must have thought that he wasn't going to be able to get into range, and then suddenly did, but had already retreated. Very unlucky for Leader of Doom. He could have forced off the Chaos player there. Chaos Sorcerer has Sword of Flame and Vestments of the Warp. Very, very popular war gear combination for him. Space Marines have the North. We have the Plague Sword on Eerie's Plague Champion, called Sword of Undeath in this tooltip mod. Really nice 50 DPS power melee weapon which creates zombies, but I do think he needs Mucus Discharge or an armor upgrade to really hang out in melee. Even in tier 1 he can be focused down quite easily. Heretics doom blasting in amongst these assault marines, and now we see that Plague Sword weighing in, creating zombies, and this is a dead assault marine squad. Ouch. And he has 2 assault marine zombies now to help him out. Those were Leader of Doom. That's a big loss. Plague Champion though might go down. Loads of attacks in the retreat path will force melee, and down goes the Plague Champion. Chaos Lord now doesn't want to die, uses Kill the Weak and retreats. South is now red, center is blue, and For Nothing has decapped this natural power of red team. Nicely done. 399442 has some aspiring champion heretics as well. Makes them a pretty nasty little melee unit in tier 1, and some grenade launch heretics. A lot of power spent by For Nothing. Havocs, grenade launch heretics, aspiring champion heretics, and kitting out his force commander. At least 100 power spent there. Assault Marines jump in, but instantly retreat because of the heretics and the Havoc. 382442. Blue team lost their power here completely to those attacks, who are now going to take the center. It looks like red team might get a triple here. Mr. Landshark and For Nothing go tier 2 at the same time, both last. We have a Blood Crusher on the way for Eerie, Plague Marines on the way for Sneakus Peekus. Most likely going to see a nasty melee weapon from the Chaos Lord in tier 2, Lightning Claws or his Blood Maul. He already has Mantle of Hate, and there he uses it on the Force Commander, isolating him and leaving him easy pickings for the heretics who take him down. Nicely done by Sneakus Peekus. Might instantly be revived though by the Techmarine, which will most likely level the Techmarine to 3. There we go. Instantly retreats afterwards. There's Kill the Weak. Force Commander needs to run away, and does. Blood Crusher on the field for Eerie. Bright yellow. A demon with vehicle armor. Quite fast, decent damage versus all targets, and a good thing to get out early if you're facing a lot of snipers. Snipers cannot do anything versus a vehicle. And Lupercal right now doesn't have a vehicle counter. It's always dangerous though up against a Force Commander to get a Blood Crusher out, or even a Walker out, since he can get his Power Fist, and he is getting his Power Fist. Such a hard vehicle counter with Flesh Over Steel. 337, 419, a 1-to-1 cap. Heretics need to back the hell off. Space Marines have the south, Chaos has the center, and the north is uncapped. And as the game goes on, we're going to see larger and larger skirmishes for the northern VP, I think. There's Drain Life again on the Force Commander, and he just about gets away or not, goes down as he retreats. Plague Marines on the field for Sneakus Peekus. Have a Blood Crusher on the way for Nothing. But look at this, Leader of Doom has a Dreadnought stomping around now. Walker vehicle for Space Marines, starts off melee. Will give off a huge AoE damage buff whenever it kills anything in melee, taking damage from the Plague Marines, which is why it is going to tie them up immediately. Doesn't care too much about that heavy bolter from the Havocs. Plague Champion goes down. 337, 417. and the Dreadnought should force off the rest of the stuff pretty easily. And yes, it's just retreated. South still red. Apothecary now decapping stuff. He has his master crafted bolter, allowing him to sit back and support. Makes your Apothecary a lot more survivable instantly. Still need to watch him though. Techmarine now repairing that Dreadnought of his. No sign of the plasma gun yet, a bit surprising against all of this heavy infantry. Again, Tack's bashing power here is a noxious cloud though. Global ability of the Plague Champion, just using that to defend his power pretty much. And it's working, all of this stuff backing off. Basically a controllable cloud of AoE damage, this thing. Here comes Eerie coming back to contest the north. He's up against two armies though. Sneakus Peekus now looks like he's joining in. Kraken bolts going in on his CSM. Here comes the Dreadnought. Blue team need a way to deal with this, and they need more than a single Plague Marine squad, I think. Plague Champion now in melee with the Force Commander, who runs away. Blood Crusher getting way too overextended from Eerie. It's completely run out of their heretic worship. Since it's a demon, gains great benefit from worship, of course. Not sure what he's doing. Needs to bring these heretics up or send the Blood Crusher back. He's instead going after this plasma cannon and is going to pay for it with going down. I would think so. Down it goes. Dreadnought absolutely smashes a Blood Crusher in one-to-one combat. Plasma cannon, a really nice choice on this map. Artillery in that set, so you see the range it has. Chaos Lord's going to go down here. One hit from the Dreadnought, bang, and you see the huge AoE damage buff even affected these units all the way over here. 303, 382, it's a double for blue. Huge running battle in the north, as was predicted, but it looks like Space Marines are forcing off the Chaos, using that Dreadnought as a spearhead. Blue team really need to deal with it. Sneakus Peekus getting a Chaos Dreadnought. Maybe we'll see Marco Zinch. And indeed, that is what he says. Look at this, Mr. Landshark has a Dreadnought of his own. Still in its melee state. Apothecary now decapping for nothing. Had taken that VP back. Has some Plague Marines. And a Las Cannon, Marco Zinch, Chaos Havocs. So this Dreadnought might be in a bit of trouble. Las Cannons also snare vehicles, of course, in addition to their huge DPS, but they aren't very effective against infantry. So when or if that Dreadnought goes down, you're left with a Las Cannon that can't really do anything to tactical marines and such. Chaos Sorcerer trying to finish off the Apothecary in retreat, but might go down for his trouble. Getting shotguns to the face. Dreadnought could finish him off in retreat, but does not. 285, 348. Red team, Space Marines dominating the north now. Inching forward with that plasma cannon. Librarian on the field for Lupercal. Sub-Commander. Very good support, but not bad in melee as well with that power sword of his. Here we see the Marco Zinch Chaos Dreadnought with that missile launcher. This Dreadnought of LeaderofDoom is in trouble, and look at the damage it's taking already. Down to half HP. Those Plague Marines weighing in, snaring it. Shooting missiles around the corner of the Marco Zinch Dread. Homing in, ouch. It's trying to use line of sight to escape. Grenade barrage avoided by retreating that tack blob. And the Dreadnought escapes. Now will be repaired by scouts and probably the Techmarine. But blue team can now push against this power hit. 274, 333. A triple cap, no, a 2-to-1 cap, sorry, for Chaos. Submarines jumping in, there's Merciless Strike given to them by their sergeant, who also gets a power sword, but they flee from the heretics. Have not seen full auto go off once from the Apothecary so far, and for nothing has forced him off. A really nice running battle between the Chaos Sorcerer and the Apothecary in the south. Looks like he's going to retain this VP though for Chaos. And Here come red team to try again. A huge firefight breaking out. Havoc's backing them up. Look at that tactical marine blob, and we have Terminators on the field for Lupercal. These are range variety with Storm Bolters and Power Fists, and they will also give off an AoE buff whenever they kill anything. It's going to be very, very difficult for Chaos to push against this. We're going to have the buff of the Terminators, the buff of the Dreadnought when it comes back. Something else being called, I think this is a Venerable from LeaderofDoom. It is. Unique walker to the Techmarine, pretty much an all-round better version of the Dreadnought Chaos Lord going down. He does have his lightning claws. This thing can even charge though, but you cannot give it a ranged weapon. As you can see, starts off with 1750 hit points, and it can level. 274, 233, a double cap for Chaos. Going to be a 2-to-1 though. Assault Marines in the thick of it. Mr. Landshark trying to use these guys to push. Needs to give them a heal though, instead of capping. Looks like they'll be okay. Or will they? Here comes a Chaos Sorcerer. A huge oversight from Mr. Landshark. Should have been healing those Assault Marines. They lose 2 models. Maybe 3. Chaos Sorcerer cannot get an attack off though. Again, all kicking off in the north. There goes the Plague Champion. Still has no way to stay alive though, and is taken out big time. There we see the damage buff from the Dreadnought. 256, 220, now a double for Space Marines. Very close VPs, constantly changing hands. Eerie now has a Chaos Predator on the field. Twin Link Last Cannon Marco Zinch will be good versus those Dreadnoughts if you can keep it around. With double missile launch attacks, ouch. LeaderofDoom now has triple tactical marines, 2 of them level 3. Last cannon soon, says Lupercal. 229, 220. Devastator's hitting the field now for him. We have Tome of Subjugation scouts. For nothing now are going to bring them into hostile territory, but didn't quite have enough time, and they do get away. 219, 220. Ridiculous amount of stuff in the north. A Dreadnought, a Venerable Dreadnought, Terminators, 4 tactical marine squads, and 2 commanders of course. Chaos have their work cut out. They might want to focus on the centre and the south, try and draw some forces, which is what is happening now. Still no plasma gun for that Techmarine, or any weapon upgrade indeed. Force Commander in amongst things with that Power Fist. Does he have anything else? No, he hasn't even leveled yet. Now he does. Going after the Dreadnoughts, the Chaos Dreadnought that is. And we have a multi-melter now on LeaderofDoom's level 2 Dreadnought. Really, really nice weapon. Some serious DPS from quite close range, effective versus all targets. Whoa! Noxious Cloud taking out at least 4 tactical marine models there. Good grief. 204, 220 Apothecary capping the south VP for Space Marines, and they're going to get a triple here, I think. Just unable to stand against the might of tier 3 Space Marines in the north. Really nice use of the Dreadnoughts by Leader. 181, 220. Triple cap for Space Marines, and for nothing using Mr. Landshark's Assault Marines against him, and a full retreat now from Mr. Landshark. Eerie replacing the Chaos Predator that he lost. Both of these Chaos Commanders down, and it's going to be very difficult for Chaos to come back. Was close for a while, but that Venerable Dreadnought and those Terminators just putting the nail in the coffin, I think. 137, 220 Plague Marines trying to cap using their durability. Blue team drawing the red team in here, and a Nurgle Shrine is going up. It's not going to last long because this is a full retreat, and it's instantly going to be taken down here. Almost in one multi-melter shot. We have the Sacred Standard up on the Force Commander. Also has Artificer Armor. So he's given off a constant AoE damage buff, as well as the Dreadnoughts and Terminators giving him off. Look at this though, For Nothing has a Markov Khorne Dreadnought, actually has really good synergy with the Sorcerer since he can teleport it out of trouble, which it invariably gets into. Like now, using Blood Rage to chase these attacks into base. Meanwhile, down goes the Chaos Sorcerer, so I don't think he is going to be able to teleport out of trouble. And Chaos actually conceding. We saw Dark Flames at the end. Really epic destruction. Really nice back and forth between the Chaos Sorcerer and the Apothecary in the south, but Space Marines just way too strong in the north come late tier 2. Thanks to everyone who took part, especially For Nothing, who I think organised the whole thing and sent it in. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you next time.